Hi there folks, just a quick send up of this R8 we just had outside on the driveway there. Stated outside while filming. This wasn't anything, there was anything major in terms of paint correction, but it did have its slight webbing, slight surface imperfections, which about 90% of it came out, and the rest of all stage 1 won't remove really, but sometimes paint correction won't remove everything. It's just not possible. But this customer loves his toy. He's travelled quite a few k's to see us, and he just wanted basically the best he could get out of a stage 1, because that's really all his car needed. In fact, I'm starting to wonder if it even really did need a stage 1, even with the mild webbing that it had, but the stage 1 has done absolutely wonders to this car. It's restored it to a show glass finish, let's just put it that way. Took it outside initially just to have a look and see where we might have missed. You always miss somewhere. You've got to do final inspections and just make sure you haven't missed anywhere you haven't. You know, your molds are right, your paint's right, your trims are right, and even on this there's still a couple of trims I've still got to take care of, which I picked up while I was outside. But all this has got to be done, you know, prior to having the vehicle presented back to the customer, and just to make sure that when people do pick up their cars, their jaws hit the ground. And that's the primary aim of paint correction, is to transform cars. A lot of people try to use cheap car washes, $50 washes, $100 polishes, and it just doesn't work. You tend to find those sort of outcomes usually result in severe paint damage, to the point where in some cases cars need to be resprayed after prolonged repeated use of car washes, whether it's $2 car washes, your coffee car washes, your self car washes, or even the jet washers, which are also probably acidic, because I've seen cars here where paint is breaking down because of jet washers. I've always said one thing and always stress it: don't put your car through car washers. If you really love your toy like this guy does, you wash it yourself. That's why this car had very little damage on it, because the car is washed by the owner. And it was very, very easy to correct, and the paint reacted with a high positive result in terms of how it worked out to be with the stage 1 treatment. Stage 1 is primarily reserved for webbing, top surface scratches. Anything deeper than that, you've really got to move up to a stage 2, and anything deeper than that, you've got to move up to a stage 3. But it's very rare we get vehicles that need stage 3s. We'll get maybe 10 stage 1s before we get one that needs a stage 2. So, but the majority of cars that we normally tend to fix, it's all primarily car wash damaged vehicles, and 7 out of 10 are black. I always get hit with black cars. They seem to be an issue for a lot of people. They seem to be an issue for a lot of detailers as well. A lot of detailers don't like dealing with black. I don't have a problem with it. I've mastered black. I've worked on black cars all my life, so it's not an issue for me. So basically, if you've got a car that's got webbing, you've got surface scratches, you're going to need some level of paint correction, whether it's a stage 1. If you don't need a stage 1, you might need a strong polish and just a nice paint sealer, and that'll really enhance your paint's appearance. If on the other hand it's something you like to do yourself, you can always just visit my page, go to the car polishing page, have a look at it. Although it's pretty old these days, I haven't really updated anything on it. The theory is still the same. The theory doesn't change, and if you follow that in terms of just polishing and waxing your own car, you should get pretty credible results. You may not remove all your webbing or your scratches, and that's not what it's designed to do. It's just designed to depthen your colour and increase your gloss. And if that's what you're after, well, you don't need me. If on the other hand you got surface webbing, you got scratches, and you can't get rid of it, and you've tried everything you can, you've sourced your cheap detailers, and the guys that charge you $50 for miracle results. If you've given up on believing, excuse the French, the bullshit, and you want your car to look like this, well, you've got to bite the bullet and deal with a pro. That can be anybody, as long as they're pros. It doesn't matter. It's not being me, it's not being the guy down the road. As long as you're dealing with somebody that knows what the hell he's doing, there's no reason you can't get results that look like this. If on the other hand you're going to be chasing cheap detailers, it's only going to be a detriment to your paint. You're eventually going to go through your paint, and you're going to be up for a respray. And resprays, as we know, are far more costly than any detail or any paint correction process to restore. So keep it in mind, if you want to detail your own car, just follow the car polishing page. It's got some handy advice there. Follow the Meguiar's version, not anything else, in terms of cleaning your paint and polishing your paint and applying waxes to your paint. On the other hand, if you've got a car that's webbed or it's got a lot of surface scratches because of car washes or repeated use of car washes where you've had some damage inflicted, whether it be mild, medium or severe, we can look at it, we can help you fix your car up and get you back your baby. So if you've got a black car, you're always concerned about it, or you're upset about how it looks, especially in sunlight. I mean, you saw how this looks out in sunlight. So we've got to do an afternoon shoot of it with some photos, and the car's going to come up looking different in the afternoon. It looks richer in the afternoon because it's got a softer light, a softer sunlight. And plus, it's the lights are never strong in the afternoon as what it is midday or during the morning hours. And it's going to come up looking again different. But you've seen it in the video, you've seen how it looks under sunlight, and there's no reason if you've got a black car that you can't have that. It's just a question of how much you love your car, how much you're committed to it, and how much you want to have the blackest looking automobile on the street when you drive. So if you need help, give us a call. Just visit our website, go to our contact us page. You'll find us easy. We're all over Facebook, we're all over our websites. And we'll see what we can do to help you get your ride back. Take care, guys.